I'm Sunny Bornfree, say Ferris, you feel me? Ferris Bueller from the west side of Chicago.
So kind of give me a little bit of like context on like your upbringing or whatnot, kind of like life living in Chicago.
I was, man, Joe, everybody understand what Chicago is, you feel me? I was blessed enough to have people who wanted better for me, and that's what they tried to give me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I live an average black man's tale. Father wasn't there enough. Mother worked too goddamn hard, and I was in a city where everything was accessible, and my heroes wasn't Spider-Man and Superman. My heroes were Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. So that's what I decided to become.
Do you think that plays a big role in like as far as like kind of that kid's two-way street? They could either go down the one street of kind of like seeing other different role models, and you got another avenue where there's a lot of things that are wrong, and they just might idolize some wrong people's actions, but they still might have good morals about themselves.
I completely agree with you. I do, absolutely. I'll put it to you like this. I was beneficial enough to go to school and grab education from a wealthy white neighborhood. You know, that's one thing that my father did do right, was that when he married my mom, he made sure that the house she lived in, the house that she raised his first son in, was in a house that would give beneficial opportunities for the growth. So I was able to get the education of a white man. You know what I'm saying? But what I did learn was that race ain't shit. You know what I mean? If you put a white male in his adolescence through the same situation as a black male through his adolescence in the inner city, it's called survival. Period. And I done seen I got a brother, shout out to Grant Stilly, what up? I got a brother, man, that's probably one of the toughest motherfuckers I know, man. And he's white from a very, very great family. But he grew up with us. That's how it was. Yeah, it played a part. I chose what I chose.
Do you think kind of seeing both sides of the field kind of give you a better perspective than most people might not understand, because they might come from just one side and you don't really see what's over the fence on the other side?
Yeah, I think I'm very grateful for being able to see both sides and being cultured on that. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful for being able to see past the block. I got niggas that don't see past the block. I got niggas who are still on the block doing the same thing that they was doing 13 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I think that it was very beneficial for me to see the greener side of the tracks, as well as experiencing and living through the darker side, for sure. You know.
At what age do you think that kind of you figured out that music was going to be it for you?
I got back from military school at 17, and I started a career in auto mechanics, and I was blessed. I was blessed with a 6-figure salary that could probably set a nigga for the rest of his life, right? Like when motherfuckers get that type of gig, you feel me? That's when you start looking for, okay, well, where's my wife at? Where's my kids at? You feel me? And that's what niggas did. But when I got that job, that's when I realized that this ain't what I want. This ain't it. Nah, I love cars to the death of me, but music, it's more than a hobby or a job. Music, a case of beer and a pack of cigarettes is what keep niggas alive. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's something more or less on a spiritual level that music kind of reaches the people that some other things just can't reach and can't touch?
Absolutely. I think music is the universal language. I think music, no matter what language it's spoken in, no matter what frequency it may be spoken on, no matter whether it's heavy metal to the hardest of hardcore gangster rap, we all speak to each other via music, via harmonies, via melodies. It's the way that we all connect. And you can look through it through all the basic animal kingdom. That's how we connect. That's how we communicate. You know, if you're speaking to a different species, a bird's gonna sing because it's got to. You have to express yourself. You have to.
Do you think did you grow up in kind of like a musical background or whatnot? Did your parents like listen to music a lot, or is it more or less something you got up on?
I would say yes, absolutely. My mother was very heavy into music. She needed music to keep her sanity, and my father was very heavy into music. He's just a musical being, and I do have to say thank you to my father for, like, when I was 12, I got a green iPod Mini. You feel me? Like, I don't know if motherfuckers even remember what those bitches look like, but it basically looked like a metallic green fucking ice pack. You know what I mean? And I filled that bitch up with nothing but my pop's CD rack. So I heard shit like The Chronic, like Doggy Style, like Sade, like Baduism, like Fugees, and fucking just shit that I could never be exposed to if it wasn't for, you know, my people love of music. You know, one of my earliest memories is my pops playing What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, and off of his Sony fucking vinyl player in the living room. And to this day, I fall asleep thinking about those melodies. So yeah, I have to say that's influence on him.
Gotcha. Do you think kind of like growing up in that kind of background, what age did you start actually like acting on your acting on the voice in your head as far as like to create music and whatnot?
Well, I always been a writer. Like, I was that type of kid that was like, you know, I was reading books at an early age. I was sitting in a corner, isolating myself, writing novels and shit, you know what I mean? Like, and I found out that my father was a poet at an early age as well. So, you know, that led me to follow his footsteps. I knew I was serious in music, and I knew I had a knack for it when, I don't know, it was just one day in junior high school, man, and my homies invited me out to Lake Street, man, off of Lake Street in Austin, where niggas got out of school, the whole community fucking bundled up, niggas started footworking, everybody doing this, doing that, you feel me, and somebody tested me, they heated me, and I treated his ass back, and ever since then, you know, it became bar for bar, line for line, and I felt like, yo, I could really do this. And I think what really picked it up was when I got into high school and I started doing spoken word and actually performing and getting on stage and competing. I was like, okay, well, I think I could do something like this. I think I'm capable of expressing myself, because at the end of the day, that's all it was for me. That's it. To this day, it's all self-expression. So when I realized that I was good enough to express myself in a dialect that people understood, something that wasn't abrasive, you know, to the ears, something that if I spit a bar, you understand it to the point where you want to run it back and re-understand it. Yeah, I was about 14 when I decided, or when I agreed that I was capable of doing that.
Do you think your friends kind of like played a big part in your kind of like journey of like the musical progression, or is it more or less kind of just you wanted to do it and you just kind of just said like fuck the crowd or whatnot?
I wouldn't say my friends. I'd say my brother. My brother was an MC. He still is an MC, but he played a big part. He grew, you know, he's 12 years older than me. So what really made me start to spit is when I walked downstairs to the basement one day and I caught the nigga freestyling. And I was like, I want to be like him. I want to do that. You know what I mean? And so when I was able to start freestyling and saying that I'm almost as good as my brother and shit, that's what that was my influence, being at his shows after that and practicing after I see a cipher between him and his homies. My friends, I won't even say my friends, the niggas who I was around at that age, nah, they never played a part. If anything, they was trying to slow me down or trying to tell me that I wasn't what I was. You know, I mean, everybody goes through that. I believed it too. Everybody has insecurities, you know what I'm saying? But no, they didn't play a part. No.
Are you and your brother like vastly different, or you guys kind of sort of similar?
Nah, we're the same niggas. We're the same, bro. My brother, he is one of the greatest men I've known to ever walk this earth. And the reason why I say that we're the same is because you think that you get a shortcut when you have an older sibling, right? He gonna show you, hey, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that, right? And that's what my brother did. This is the reason why we same. Because I ain't listen to none of that shit. I did it, I followed that path, I did exactly what the fuck he told me not to do. And at the end of it all, we laugh about it and we still talk strong men. You know what I mean? That's the father of my nieces. Like, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So yeah, man. Sometimes niggas gotta learn their own mistakes and go through their own situations. You know what I mean? But like, we're not different in any means. No, man. His favorite movie are my favorite movies. From Casino to Juice, man. That's just yeah. Marathon fucking continues. R.I.P. to the great, bro. A lot of motherfuckers wasn't on him when I got on him, bro, but I was on that shit, Slauson Boys, man. Bullets got no name. You feel me? Like, I'm about this whole Jay-Z, Diddy, invested back into the community, black-owned businesses. Like, I speak to y'all because y'all brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, like, off the record. Like, I don't give a fuck if the light is showing, you feel me? Like, y'all brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's real, man. How else we gonna develop? How else we gonna grow as a community, as a race, as a culture, as God's people who are here to leave a message? How are we gonna leave that message if we go extinct? But there's one common denominator that every culture that's strong out here that's doing, bro, is they're investing into themselves. You see these Korean shops, these liquor stores down here, guess what? It was his uncle before it was him. It was his grandma before it was her. Whatever the fuck, we invested into the community. But black folks don't do that, man. And I swear to God, bro, like, I hope that, I don't know, man. I just hope that it don't take another life for us to wake up. I really think that we all need to be kings. And we need to stand and we need to build this community, man. But anyway, the marathon continues. Cheers. All right, let's continue.
Let's get it. All right, so as far as like your musical journey, what kind of steps do you think has kind of brought you to this moment right now?
Man, just trials and tribulations. You know, I had a couple of ups and I had a couple of downs, and that's all it was. I think at this point I'm just ready for the next push forward. You know what I mean? I've learned a lot of great lessons, and I'm ready to apply those to the next steps that I have to make.
What kind of can you kind of explain the diversity of your team that you have kind of now and kind of stuff you're building up to the next year's like coming?
Right now, I managed to consolidate my team to the point where now it's just, I know that the people that I'm surrounded by, who I surround myself by, and who they surround themselves by, I know that I can trust them, and I know that they're ready to work. That's the biggest thing. You know, a lot of motherfuckers like to be out here and be like, oh, I got this gang and all this other shit, and people fuck with me or whatever the fuck. I got a lot of friends, I'm popular and all this other shit. It's all like bullshit, man. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there, I've done that. I've had whatever the fuck, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'm just happy that, you know, I'm just happy that I got the team that I got right now. You know?
How'd you kind of meet Bambi Zilla or whatnot?
Sort of like the situation I was just talking about. I'm a very low-key dude, but when, you know what I mean, I get a blessing, I feel like it's only fair that I spread God's blessing. And I let certain people into my life who felt like it was their obligation to let certain people into their lives as well. Basically, I let somebody have a place to stay and he let somebody have a place to stay, and without my acknowledgement or my without anything, you feel me? But it's crazy how shit happens, and God works in crazy ways, man. I ended up meeting a really cool person out of it, you know? And Bambi was one of those dudes, you know? He just came through off of the music. We had a great thing going. DSR lifestyle, we had a really good thing going, man, and we built up, and Bambi was just one of the dudes. And the thing is that I'm a very isolated person. I'm all about my privacy, but I could see, like, when I first met Bambi, I saw it in his eyes, and I told him, like, yo, like, I could really see your potential in the fire and your passion. And if you keep that, I promise you that, you know, we're going to make it work for both of us. And that's how I met Bambi. And he stuck around. I didn't expect it to happen because I don't believe a lot of shit that LA people say. You know what I'm saying? But he stuck around, and we're making greatness.
Can you explain what the DSR brand is to you?
Do something rewarding. DSR lifestyle. Do something rewarding. I made this with my nigga Erwin Paja, man. Another brother from Chicago, riding down Magnolia. And all it is, bro, if you do what you love every day, day in, day out, you ain't gotta work a fucking day in your life. What would you rather do, man? Slave for somebody else and build somebody else's dream and forget about your dream, or take care of your family based off of your dream? I'd rather do the latter. That's what do something rewarding is. I want to pay my niece's college tuition, and, you know what I mean? Buy my mama a crib and buy her a crib and start a business and just crazy shit like that, bro. Like, buy the liquor store I used to buy Swishers from when I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do something rewarding, man. And what's more beneficial to you than doing it off of what you love to do, man? I feel like it doesn't matter whether you rapping, spitting, building cars, fucking working, whatever, fucking embroidering, building stuffed animals, man. If there's a passion and if you love to do it, then we're perfectly capable of building our own establishment that can help us, you know, move forward and not feel like we wasting our goddamn time, because that's a big thing. Everybody depressed because everybody wasting their time working for somebody else. Fuck that shit, man. I hate 9 to 5s. I do. But best believe that I'm taking care of mine beyond that means. Do something rewarding, man. Do something that makes you feel better than you was yesterday, man. Do something rewarding, man. The podium all day, first place trophies.
What are some of the biggest life lessons you've learned living in LA?
Man, Joe. I'll just shorten it down to one. And that's just live beyond your fears.
And as far as like, where do you plan? What do you plan on going with the music thing? Like, what is your kind of my ultimate goal as far as kind of be doing your own thing and be able to support your family, or is it you got like bigger kind of goals that you set for yourself in your mind that you kind of know that you're just?
My real talk, Jordan, that's what it is. You feel me? Like, I've been telling my mama for a long time now. The only thing I give a fuck about is working on cars and making music. That's just what I do. Now, I got a lot of big aspirations and dreams for what I want to do for my city and my family and all of that. But I can only do it with the resources that I know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's through this music shit, this car shit. So that's what the fuck is going to happen. And that's what I picture with my music shit, my car shit. This ain't for clout, this ain't for fame. I can give a fuck about all that shit. Grammy nominations, whatever the fuck. Honestly, I just want to, look. If music didn't make a dollar, we wouldn't be talking right now. You feel me? Nobody would give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it make $1 is incredible. The fact that niggas make money off of their journal entries is even more incredible. And that's all this is to me, man. If I wasn't able to log my daily life, I'd fucking go crazy. It'd probably blow some shit up. But I'm telling my life story hoping that it can help somebody else. Whether below me, above me, next to me, whatever the fuck it may be. That's it. If that's going to help me provide for my family and help me build my passion with cars, then that's what the fuck I'm going to do. That's all I know how to do, man. Otherwise, I'm just doing the negative, right? I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of niggas like me from where I'm from, you feel me? And like, there's only so many options a lot of people like to see. I see all the options. The thing is just that I can sell whatever the fuck I need to sell. I'll sell grass to soil. I just need to fucking get it off. My thing is that if I have the most impeccable quality product that I could sell to you, all you can do is listen. So I'm not worried about clout and being Instagram famous and all this other bullshit. I just want the next man to hear it. I just want my neighbor to hear it. Maybe it'll help him out. That's my goal with this music, bro. If I could buy a crib in the West Loop, my nigga, with a garage in Berwyn where I could work on my cars and race off of Cicero and Cermak and fucking continue to put out music on Spotify where real niggas feel it, there's a smile on my face, bro.
For that little 13-year-old kid sitting in his room, just kind of contemplating life right now, and just really trying to pursue the music, what would that be? That one piece of advice you'd give him?
If you really love this shit, man, then do it. That's it. Fuck the opposition. This all I got, bro. And I'll die for it. And if it's real, you'll put your all into it too. That's all I got, man. Everybody got something to contribute. It's not about fitting in. It's not about fame, clout, how you look. It's not about the clothes you wear. It's about leaving your mark, man. That's it, man. At the end of the day, it's respect. There's nothing else. All you got is your balls and your word, man. If you respectable, man, people gonna love you, man. If you on some fuck shit, people gonna forget about you. And that's how it is, bro. Do what you love. If you don't love this shit ain't for you. And if you on some clout shit, fuck off. That's what I gotta say.